Why did I used to like this movie? Hey everyone, it's Evan again, and I'm gonna do an epic movie rant. I haven't done one in a long time, and it's on a movie from 2005, and that is Son of the Mask. Give me a minute, why did I used to like this movie? Why? Okay, so the plot of this movie is where there's this guy named Tim Avery, played by Gene Kennedy, who's an animator and isn't really finding a good show to make. So, what? But he finds the mask, which Jim Carrey or Stanley, as his character was in the movie, threw into the ocean at the end of the first mask, and he came across it, and he he makes a baby with his wife, and then the baby comes out, and he's crazy. He has the mask's powers, like he does a bunch of crazy stuff, and he also gets into fights with their dog and stuff like. And Loki, played by Alan Cumming, tries to take the mask and try to get it back. Or yeah, that's I guess that's pretty much how to describe this movie. What was I thinking? This used to be one of my childhood movies? This used to be one of my favorite movies as a kid? This movie's horrible. I'm a big fan of the original Mask with Jim Carrey. It's my favorite Jim Carrey movie, and it's definitely one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. But this is an insult. This is an insult to the Mask. The acting is horrible. It's horrible. Jamie Kennedy, I mean, he's an okay actor. I didn't mind him in other movies. Like, he was pretty good in as Randy in the Scream movies, but he's a horrible choice replacement for Jim Carrey. Like, he always sounds whiny and nasally all the time. Like, this is just, oh, God, you're horrible. Yeah, I can't. And Trailer Howard, who plays his wife, she wasn't in anything after this because this movie was so bad it destroyed her career. Alan Cumming, mm, no, he's not a bad actor, but he was wasted in this movie. Bob Hoskins plays Odin, and how did he regret being in Super Mario Brothers and not this? That's what I want to know. And I know the effects aren't supposed to look realistic, but they're really lame. They're real. The effects are so lame. Like the dog, he puts on the mask, and like, well, I mean, yeah, he does, and like Milo does, puts on the mask in the first week, but here it's like for like a full like throughout half the movie he's like that, and like he looks so freaking weird, and the baby, like this movie never shuts up. The first movie had appealing to kids and adults. In the first movie, Jim Carrey had his mask character, and he did all crazy cartoony stuff for the kids, while older audiences can, have a laugh at, his Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. But this movie never shuts up. It's like a movie to. This is pretty much just a movie to show your kids, to shut them up for an hour and a half. No, 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 better yet, don't show this movie to your kids. This is not a movie to show your kids. It'll lower their IQ, it'll make them dumber. This movie isn't funny. It's not funny. None of the joke. The first movie, tons of parts make me laugh. I can name a bunch, like the part where he makes balloon animals, or You know, the part where he sings Cuban Pete. Like, the first movie has so much icon, or the reactions he gets at Cameron Diaz. That 1 minute of him with those reactions to Cameron Diaz is funnier than this hour and a half travesty. The and like there's this weird part where what was it? Like the baby, like Jamie Kennedy, he's trying to change the baby's diaper, and then he starts pissing, and then like it shoots into three, and like, ew, who wants to see that? And like a huge like pile of piss he shoots out and drenches Jamie Kennedy, and it's like, yeah, have you ever wanted to see a baby piss in Jamie Kennedy's face? To that one person who says yes, this movie's for you. To everyone else, what the heck? And like, what others? Like, there's this like there's I really like this one part of Jamie Kennedy where he's wearing the mask right there, and like he's at that club, and he's like, I love you, baby, and he's like singing a whole bunch of styles, and it drags on for way too long. It's pretty much just filler. It has nothing to do with the movie. And and one of the major problems of this movie, the whole movie is nothing but close-ups. Yeah, like the whole movie is just like this. Would you want to watch a movie that's just like this? Huh? Huh? How would you like it if in my reviews I did this? My face was this close to the camera. Would you like that? No. Every time the movie is like that. Like their faces are so close to the camera, and it's so distracting and weird. The only thing I guess I like about this movie is like when like the baby, like he's watching some like old cartoons. That's all right. Like it's good to see like footage of classic cartoons. Like he watches the Flintstones and Woody Woodpecker and uh, Transformers. But yeah, because I'm obsessed with cartoons. I don't care if I'm 17. I'll still watch cartoons. And as a cartoon loving kid, this was one of my favorite movies growing up. But now, I just should have watched the first Mask. I really should have. Why couldn't I have heard it? Why did I have to be born in a generation where we had this? Why wasn't I born 10 years earlier? I don't know. I'm never watching that movie again. No. It's While this movie isn't as bad as Fred the Movie or Drop Dead Fred or Disaster Movie or Furry Vengeance or Movie 43, or it's probably not even as bad as Epic Movie or Joe's Apartment. Or no, I think maybe this might be worse than Joe's Apartment. And yeah, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It isn't funny. It's a waste of time, and it's really painful to sit through. It's not funny. And like there's this weird part where Jamie Kennedy, like he was where everyone's talking about like if he wants a baby, and he starts thinking about it, and you know what comes to his mind? His wife like starts delivering like a bunch of babies, and then they have fangs, like snake fangs, and like it's weird, and like they're like this close to the camera, like always. This movie uses way too much close-ups. Just I don't know what I'm gonna do with this DVD. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it away or something, donate it, but I'll probably get the first Mask instead as a replacement for that thing. Why was this movie made? Why was this movie made? I would have preferred a second Mask with Jim Carrey. I know he he didn't want to make a second Mask because he was too busy working on Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. And while that movie was good, I would have loved to see him in another Mask. But you're probably thinking, oh, if you just don't like this movie because it doesn't have Jim Carrey. If Jim Carrey was in this movie, you would have praised it. Not true. Even if Jim Carrey was in this movie, I still would have hated it because the writing would have been awful. Why did I used to like this travesty? This movie's horrible. It's painful. This movie's torture. Yeah, please never watch this movie. Never watch it. Never watch it. It's awful. It's awful. Well, I guess to be fair, maybe I like this movie because, I was just like any other kid. I was obsessed with cartoons and loved everything that was wacky. But I wasn't aware of the mask at that. See, this is why this movie should have been made. Because at the time, I never knew about the original mask with Jim Carrey until after I watched this movie. That's a good sign that you shouldn't have made this movie. If a new generation has no idea what the mask is, making a sequel is not a good idea. I know it doesn't continue off from the first. Good, because I don't want it to be connected to this trash. But why? I would rather watch Ratatouille than this. Yeah, that's right. This movie is worse than Ratatouille because while Ratatouille is a bad movie, at least I enjoy it. At least I can laugh at it. Yeah, this is worse than Ratatouille because at least Ratatouille I can laugh and enjoy it how bad it is. This, I can't even laugh at how bad it is. It's that bad. And this movie was trashed by critics for good reason because, it's nothing, and I mean nothing like the original movie. The original, it had some quiet moments, but it had some wacky moments. It, had jokes for kids, jokes for adults. It was a way for appealing to the whole family in all ages. But here, nope, everything's in your face. Even all like the stuff that doesn't have any like animation in it, it still has like wacky effects and be like, oh, we're a kids movie, we're a kids movie, we're a kids movie. It's pretty much just like the MCU, trying to appeal to kids. This movie sucks. Probably delete my positive review I gave this movie. If any of you seen this movie, tell me what you think of this trash. I hate this movie. I freaking hate it. It's awful. So that's my extreme rant on Son of the Mask. See you next time. I don't want to watch this movie ever again.